Hi there, welcome back to our channel. Today we give you a piece of breaking news from British news magazines. Money and fame caused Meghan Markle and Harry to have nightmares about flashing camera lights. Does anyone care anymore? Despite being widely popular during their royal stint, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have seen their popularity plummet of late. Despite the chatter about privacy and talk of nightmares about flashing camera bulbs, we all know that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry walked away from their royal duties for two things: money and fame. Due to the couple's popularity as royals, they believed they could break away and see their popularity translate into dollars, allowing them to live a life of luxury in California. While they're certainly never going to be caught short for a few bucks, it hasn't worked out quite as they hoped, so far anyway. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have seen their popularity dip. It's been well documented that since leaving their royal life behind, both Meghan and Harry have seen their popularity take a considerable dip. In October, a YouGov poll documented the Sussex's fall from grace, with Prince Harry suffering a 19-point drop, while Meghan Markle saw an astounding 18-point drop in the same time frame. Of course, we've seen fans of both Meghan and Harry claim that the drop in popularity is associated with factors such as racism, xenophobia, and misogyny, although quite how any of those elements play into Prince Harry's popularity dipping is another matter. And that while they may be unpopular, they're still relevant, which is key to the success of their brand. After all, it doesn't matter if you love them or hate them, so long as you're paying attention, right? Well, it seems the tide is also turning on that front. Is the mainstream celebrity world losing interest in Harry and Meghan? While the Sussexes may have been losing the popularity battle with the British public, they were still considered relevant by most. But is this still the case? Speaking to the Royally Obsessed podcast, royal commentator Ingrid Seward, who's the editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine, commented, "We stopped having Harry and Meghan on the cover a while ago. It just wasn't selling. The magazine wasn't selling when they were on the cover. Hello magazine actually told me the same thing. Obviously, there are some beautiful pictures of them." Before we see Sussex squad zealots lose their mind and start claiming that these royal magazines and news outlets are dropping the Hollywood royals from their cover out of dislike for Meghan Markle, it's worth noting that Ingrid absolutely wants to cover Meghan and Harry. She continued, "I would like to have them on the cover, but it just doesn't seem to work. I find that weird and interesting. A theory I have, which was hammered by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's fan, is that the couple became so popular because they were royals. The mistake they've made is in believing their own hype. They assumed that the high levels of interest and popularity were based entirely on them as people, which sadly seems not to be the case." So, what next for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry? The truth is all kinds of uncertainty for the couple, with even the Netflix deal not guaranteed to deliver the hundreds of millions of dollars many fans believe. I'm no Netflix expert, but I don't think it works that way. The streaming giant isn't just handing Prince Harry and Meghan Markle a check for hundreds of millions of dollars, regardless of the success of the content they provide. I believe that they could potentially earn that kind of money if the Netflix content they deliver is a roaring success. But what are the chances that it will be? Talk of educational and inspirational programming sounds great, but having heard what Netflix is expecting from them, I don't think that kind of content will get the job done. I believe Netflix signed this deal because they want access to Prince Harry and the royal angle he can lend to the projects. Don't be surprised if we see him in front of the camera on a Princess Diana documentary, which will anger his brother and father, no doubt. And that trashy reality type show that was beneath them a month or so ago, yeah, I wouldn't bet against that proposition becoming appealing to them real quick if this nosedive in popularity and relevance continues into next year. Harry took a page out of Diana's revenge book and has attempted to shift the attention to himself. This, of course, was none after Missy Meghan pointed out the page number, as she has read and reread that book. She has that poor boy on a leash like no other. Shameful. The Sussex is truly irrelevant. They weren't that relevant before leaving the royal family either, as they thought they were. Harry has always been pitied for losing Diana. Strangely, more than will also lose his mom. But the photo shoot yesterday was a new all-time low. Using dead servicemen as a PR stunt is vile. He can't stop acting like royalty, even though he wanted out, pouting because he couldn't have a wreath laid for him. If he was that bothered about respecting the dead, he could have easily flown to the UK 2 weeks ago, isolated, and attended the service with all the other servicemen who actually did serve wholly in the forces, without bodyguards protecting them. Harry is finished in the UK. We won't ever forget or forgive his sick behavior. As for Markle, she's trash, and yesterday's behavior fully expected from her. Roll on the day when nobody finds them newsworthy ever again. Totally vile. Another royal expert also expressed this opinion. I'm sick and tired of all this hype about Meghan Markle's racial slurs. Baloney. She's just using this as a strategy to get attention and support from racial advocates. Who cares what Mr. and Mrs. Markle do? They are has-beens who deserted their responsibilities and deserve what they claimed to seek, total aloneness. So let's give it to them. If and when the Queen removes their royal titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex, their contract with Netflix will become null and void. Then what will they do? She's a C-grade actress, and he has never held a job. My, the buzzards always come home to roost. People lost interest because the Sussexes are not able to deliver anything. Archewell was overhyped as a mega charity, only to end as a web page with zero content. The only purpose of Archewell seems to be collecting email addresses and selling them to the highest bidder. In Europe, it would get a huge fine for not complying with the GDPR, the European privacy law. Ditto to Travelist, the big eco-travel initiative that turned out to be a vehicle to transfer some funds to the Sussexes' pockets, then never heard of again. We were told about the equally huge Netflix deal, but we haven't seen anything delivered so far. Nothing. Nil. Zero. Nada delivery. Finally, the duo seems to be jumping into every single fashionable bandwagon, proving they have no real principles or beliefs. They barged themselves in a lot of meetings to serve as hoi polloi, an assorted salad of words and a hodgepodge of wokeness, totally meaningless and pointless. So why are some surprised that the Sussexes leave most people cold? Another royal fan had this to say, "They are kind of done in the UK, I think. I think their target audience in the US to start off with, and they are concentrating on that market. They still need the UK though, and that's why they are so desperately trying to stay relevant in the UK with their latest Publicity Remembrance Day photo shoot." I want to ask the Americans, how popular are they in the US? How much media exposure do they get over there? I imagine that they are small fries in the US among other big-name celebrities. In the UK, I think it's a car crash TV people are fascinated by. People could just not look away. That should not be confused with respect for them because, honestly, they never had it. I nearly dropped my teeth when I saw Harry and Meghan photos of them doing their version of Remembrance Day in California. It was ridiculous. More virtue signaling, but worst of all, it was embarrassing. Wow, are these two ever grasping at straws? After everything that's happened in the last 10 months, you'd think these two would have come to their senses by now. Not happening. But it was also revealing. Harry misses being part of the royal family. This could possibly be the beginning of a change of heart in Harry. The smartest thing they could do is show up for Christmas with the Queen and break the ice. It would certainly help reverse some of the hideous damage they've inflicted on everyone, including themselves. So they've lost their appeal, evidenced by the loss of interest in tabloid publications. This is one of the most remarkable stories I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck of this remarkably destructive and clueless couple. Wow. How about you? What do you think of Meghan and Harry's nightmares about flashing camera lights? Please let us know in the comment section below and discuss them together. And as always, come back to our channel for all the latest news on the royal family, Meghan and Harry, right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.